Greeting Hockey fans once again, and welcome to Dallas Penguins Hockey Live from Farmers Branch Stars Center here in Farmers Branch, Texas. The Penguins taking on the Texas Tigers in a grudge match. These two teams are perennial rivals. Both do not like each other. Both tend to fight for the top seeds in their respective divisions. The Penguins having come off the most recent victory over these Tigers in a shootout during the CCM tournament. It was the quarterfinal match that saw these Tigers against the Penguins, and the Penguins were able to come out on top by a score of 6-5 in a shootout. And so we will have the rematch of that game tonight for you in just a few moments. And we have 3:45 remaining on the clock, and the game will begin. And so in just about 3 minutes, we will have live Penguins hockey. And welcome back, hockey fans, to another edition of Dallas Penguins Hockey. We'd like to welcome you to this game. We are about 125 from puck drop. Starting in goal tonight for the Penguins, Preston Peters, number 35. For the Tigers, it will be number 70, and we will get names and numbers to go with the entire Tigers roster. On bench for your Penguins, Penguins are coached by Daniel Billett, as well as Richie Slavin, and Michael Young is in attendance tonight for this matchup. We'd like to remind you all, if this is your first time joining Dallas Penguins Hockey, please go ahead and hit that like button right down below the YouTube video, and also subscribe so that you are alerted every time we go live. We also have live schedules to let you know that we have a broadcast plan so that you never miss out on exciting Dallas Penguins hockey. Well, the horn has sounded, and the Penguins are collecting the pucks out of their net after warm-ups, and we are just about ready for puck drop. Also, if you are in the YouTube video, go ahead and drop in a chat. Give us a little bit of a shout. Tell us you're here, where you're from, and that you're cheering on the Penguins. Let the world see your fandom. Penguins playing tonight on the Bob Gainey rink. Unfortunately, not on the what I would call the stadium side, the Tom Gallardi side of this Farmers Branch rink. So the angles are going to be a little bit lower than we're normally used to. It's going to be a little bit more at ice level. Luckily, though, the Farmers Branch rink does play host to the Dallas sled hockey team, and so down below you might see a little bit more. A little bit more of the ice than you would normally see in a regular rink with the boards. They have the clear glass all the way down to ice level, so that you can see the action. That's usually played a little bit lower than regular, full-bodied hockey. So a bit of a treat for us here. We get to see a little bit more of the action here on the puck battles. The teams are ready. The referees are ready to drop the puck, and we are just about ready to begin. Starting for the Penguins, Michael Tracy, Charlie Thomas, and Reckley, along with Alleman, and it looks like Everett May on defense. McMurray takes the puck in offside there for the Tigers, so we will have the faceoff come out of the zone. Faceoff won there by Tracy, played over to May. May gives it over to Alleman. Alleman plays it up over to Thomas. Thomas can't control it on the boards, and so that is steered away to the Tigers, but turned over at neutral ice. There's Everett May with it, taking it up, crossing in front, and tries to hit Charlie Thomas streaking, but Thomas cannot hit the puck out of the air, and so it will be forced up to the blue line, but not out, kept in there by May. May takes a bit of a spill after he plays the puck. Given over to Lou there at center ice. Lou is checked by Tracy. Puck given over to Alleman. Played up to May. May takes away, gives it over to Charlie Thomas. Thomas coming up the board and into the offensive zone. He will dump it, and Mazzola will give chase. Mazzola gives a nice body over there to the puck to the Tiger player, but he is unable to control the puck, and so it comes up and out to center ice. It's taken there by Sadevan. Sadevan working it in, tries to get to Mazzola. Mazzola plays it, gets a shot on net, and that is stopped and saved there by the Tigers goaltender. 13:44 remaining in the period. No shots on goal here for the Tigers, one for the Penguins, and no score on the scoreboard. Robbins here on the faceoff along with Mazzola and Sadevan. Robbins gathers the puck back behind the net, looks over his options, turns hooks around, gives it over to Sadevan. And that is thrown up to the point, and that comes out for the Tigers. Mazzola does a good job of working that puck off from Nathan Foote. And that puck is thrown over to Sadevan up at the boards, and he tries to work in, but cannot get past the Tigers defender. But that is kept in there nicely by Mazzola. Cruz Mazzola doing a good job of playing with the puck there. And that's steered up to the point and kept in there by Ryder McLeod. McLeod takes his own chip and goes behind the net. Wraps it around and shot, and it is stopped there on the good wraparound chance. McLeod stole the puck at the point, worked it around, and got down behind the net and got a good wraparound shot there. But it was steered away by the Tigers. Face-off won there by Deering, shot by Dash. Deering plays it over to Hogan. Hogan is unable to corral that puck, and so we will go the other way. Polk's there with it for the Tigers. That's worked down low. Cross ice chance there, no shot. Given over to Deering. Deering works it over to Randalls. Randalls loses the puck and falls down, and so that puck will come all the way back to Peters, who will cover it with 12:33 remaining in the period. No official shot on that one, just a little bit of a misplay there by the Tigers. First line coming back out here for Michael Young's group. Michael Tracy, Charlie Thomas, and Reckley, along with Everett May and Alleman on defense. That's worked in there behind the net by the Tigers, but it's played up there by Alleman. Alleman loses it over to Hahn. Hahn tries to work it in, but it's taken away there by Charlie Thomas. Thomas gets it over to Reckley, and Reckley comes in and takes a bump at the blue line, and he loses the puck, but it is given over at the point. Alleman and Tracy team up to keep that in momentarily, but eventually comes up and out. And there's a 3-on-2 developing here with Van Brunt, and Van Brunt is off sides. McMurray skated a little bit too far ahead, and Van Brunt was unable to keep it behind the blue line. So we will have a face-off outside of the Penguins' defensive zone here. Brown, Polks, and Correll for the Tigers. Tracy, Reckley, and Thomas for your Penguins. And Thomas takes it up, and he's got Reckley streaking down. Shot by Thomas on net, steered away by the goaltender. Reckley plays it back behind the net. Played up to Polks, who cannot get it out, but eventually the Tigers do steer it up. And Everett May gets on, I think that's Odell is the name. Puck played in the corner, given over to May. May works behind the net, stops and waits, and he gets a forecheck. And two Tigers are unable to take the puck away from May, but he gets it over to Thomas, and Thomas unable to control it. And that puck goes up and out over here to the broadcasting booth, and we will try to gather the puck, and it goes in my bag. And up and out. There we go. So a little bit of souvenir here for the broadcast team, but we will throw that back up into the rink. Face-off won there by the Tigers and shot on net controlled there by Peters. And so the first two shots for the Tigers have now been stopped by the Penguins. Face-off won there by Robbins over to McLeod. McLeod plays it behind the net. Tries to get it back over to Alleman, but Alleman unable to control it. And there's a big hit there by the Tigers, but the puck comes out. Ryder McLeod has Robbins. Robbins, cannot control the puck. Oh, I'm sorry, that was McLeod there who cannot control the puck on the pass from Mazzola. Mazzola streaking up fast, and he had McLeod sitting on the doorstep, but the Penguins are unable to cash that one in. Tigers take it behind the net. They're going to try to pop it out, and there's a shot out in front. Stopped there by Peters. So the action picking up a little bit here for both sides. Both getting good opportunities here and good shots, but the score remains 0-0. Shots on goal so far for the period. For the Penguins, 3. For the Tigers, 3. Wholesale changes here for both teams. It's going to be Deering, Dash, and Villarreal are your forwards for the Tigers. And that's played over and shot out in front. And a scrum out in front, but it is steered away by number 35, playing strong in net, keeping that puck out of the back of the net. So the Tigers with Nathan Foote, Hahn, and team trying to put that thing behind the pads of Peters. Frisky against Deering, and Deering wins it back, but it is momentarily controlled by the Tigers, but given away there, and then given away once again by the Penguins. And so that's played in the middle of the zone to Dash. Dash plays it up on the boards, tries to hit Villarreal here on the short side, but cannot connect, but Villarreal does steal it at center ice. And we will have a penalty here at 10:24 of the first period. We'll have roughing. Lucian Deering going off for 2 minutes. Put a little bit too much oomph into that check, and so the Penguins will be down 2 men for the next 2 minutes. Like to give a quick shout out to Kara McLeod, giving us a bit of a cheer there in the YouTube chat. If you are in the chat, we'd like to encourage you to go ahead and cheer for the Penguins. Let us know that you're there, give them your support, and let us know where you're cheering from. Tyson there plays it into the offensive zone. It is steered up to the point, controlled there by the Tigers, but Ailman gathers it behind the net, and he is going to chip it up over to Brownfield, who has it on the short wall. Brownfield unable to control it, so it comes out to Tyson at the blue line, pestered there by Reckley. Reckley pestering Tyson, and he is able to get him down onto the ice and kill off a good bit of this penalty time. Hogan now chasing the puck. Good forecheck here by the Penguins. And here it is to Ailman. Ailman drops it back into the defensive zone. 115 remaining in the period. Penalty, 45 seconds successfully killed off. There's a little bit of a hit check there, a little bit of a miss there. Thomas gets it, and there's a shot there by Michael Tracy. Michael Tracy works it up to the point over to Alleman. Alleman gathers and shoots, and it's tipped there by Tracy, but not on net, a little bit too wide. Tigers gather and throw it up, but center ice, it's taken away and chipped back up into the offensive zone for the Penguins, and the Tigers are offside. And eventually they get back on side and dump it down low. Everett May gives chase. Everett May gives it over to, tries to get it to Charlie Thomas, but Thomas didn't see it, so he let it go, and it was taken away there by the Tigers. Mullins with it with a shot. That's hit out in front, chipped away there. Good stick work there by Alleman to clear the junk out. That puck was sitting wide open. I think it hit Alleman out in front, but Alleman was able to knock it away. Charlie Thomas gives chase at the point. There's a shot, goes wide for the Tigers. Carell now with it, drops it down low. Carell with it again. Tries to throw it out to the middle, but it's taken away there by Everett May, who clears it all the way down the ice. And it is touched by the goalie, so icing waved off. 8 seconds, 7. And the penalty has been successfully killed off here by the Tigers as Sadevan gives it over to Ryder McLeod. McLeod now with it, throwing up over to Mazzola. Mazzola's got Sadevan streaking. Mazzola has the puck knocked off, but he gathers his own rebound, takes a check down low. Gavin Robbins was tapping his stick, trying to get the pass. Sadevan gets a check, and it's worked out there by Mazzola in the corner. Mazzola gives a good check. Sadevan giving chase. It's going to be picked up by McLeod there on the half wall. McLeod freezes it up and waits for help. He's got Robbins and Sadevan there with him. Sadevan comes away with it, but eventually gives it away to the Tigers. It's up to the point. McLeod keeps it in, works it down low. Good stick work there. I think that's Brownfield. Works it out to center ice where it is eventually taken away by the Tigers. Bartolome does a good job of knocking that one away, though, as he enters the zone, and that's offside. And so we will have a stoppage of play with 7:31 remaining in the period. Face-off one there by the Penguins. Given to Villarreal. Villarreal clears it out of the zone, given over to Dash. Dash works it over to Randalls. Randalls tries to hit a streaking Travis Hogan, but Hogan able to control it, but a bad play, and the Penguins come away with it, but they are unable to get the man advantage. They had two men with one of the Tigers down, but unable to get the puck. And so it comes over the other way. Frisky, shot wide. Now played back behind the net. We need some defense on it. They're going to try to go for the wrap, and they do wrap, and they're sitting out in front, but no. And we're going to have a delayed penalty here for the Penguins as soon as Lucian Deering touches up, and we do get the stoppage in play. It's going to be interference, but probably a good penalty there. There were a lot of open net chances there. The puck was sitting out in front. Defense a little bit on their heels and not really taking care of responsibility. They had guys completely wide open behind the net. But luckily, we were able to keep the puck out of the back of the net. Face-off one here by the Tigers, given chase by Hogan. Shot goes wide, tries to wrap it around. And there it's thrown up to the point, and it goes out where Reckley's going to chase and try to beat two Tigers. They close off the lane and clear it over to the side. Hogan unable to gather the puck. Reckley again with a shot, and it's saved out in front. Short-handed chance there. Good back check there by Reckley. There's a big hit there by Travis Hogan. McMurray now with it, skating with some speed. He gets a shot, scored. Came down the wide wing and unable to close off that left post. And so the Tigers take a 1-0 lead on the power play goal at 6:18 remaining in the period. A little bit off center on that save attempt there, and so a little bit of room was gotten there by the Tigers. Face-off one there by Tracy, worked back to the Penguins. Tracy works it down low, icing waved off, given chase there by Thomas. Thomas steals it from behind the net, tries to get a wraparound chance. He has no opportunity there, so he dumps it off and scissors with Reckley. Reckley gives it over back to Thomas. Thomas throws it out to Tracy. And Brown works it down low. Lou gathers it behind the net. And a lot of open ice there. Stick checked a little bit there by Mazzola. And another shot, and it is out. It is not in. Puck was sitting on the crease, but it was cleared away by the defense. I believe probably Michael Tracy was able to keep it out, sitting there momentarily. But the Penguins are able to keep the puck out of the net to maintain the 1-0 score. Changes here at forward for the Penguins. It's going to be Gavin Robbins, Sadevon, and Mazzola. Face-off won there by the Penguins. Gets it out to Mazzola. And a shot goes wide, but it is stopped there by Peters. And so we will have another face-off here over on the right-hand side of the ice. Tigers changing on defense. They're going to put Mullins out along with Anderson. And there's a shot off the face-off, steered away there by Peters. And it's steered up to Mazzola. Mazzola takes the puck, and he loses it at center ice. And it's steered up there by the Tigers over to Polks. Polks, he's got Frisky with him, but there's a shot by Polks, steered away by Peters. Puck knocked around there low. Taken away there by Robbins. Robbins looking for help. He crosses it up, gives it to Mazzola. Mazzola loses at the blue line and takes a tumble there. So the puck staying in. A lot of hard hitting here over in front of the Penguins bench. There's a pass out in front. And the Tigers have numbers, but Robbins drops it down low and goes and chases the puck. Robbins dumped there behind the net, but Sadevon has the puck and cannot keep it in. Was Alleman. Everett May now with it, back behind his own net, using the net as a screen. Works and good stick work there. Tries to hit Sadevon, but a little bit too far ahead of him. And so that will go all the way down behind the inline, no icing. But Sadevon chases the puck and gets bumped off of it. And so the Tigers take it away. Turnover there at center ice. May now with it. May looking for some help, turns around the other way, throws the puck over to Mazzola. Mazzola unable to control it there. And so we'll give chase there. Brownfield now with it, throws it up at the blue line, and that's kept in there by May, but he didn't see it. Kept in there again by May. This time he did see it, and he has it. He works down on the line, chips it up, but cannot get it over the stick there of Frisky. Frisky with it, toe drags, tries to get through Hogan and pulls Hogan down. No call there. May now with it, throws it over to Villarreal. Villarreal, it's a little bit too far ahead for him, but he gives chase. Now Villarreal throws it back over to Alleman. Alleman with it. Puts it up out to the blue line. Drop back to Alleman. Alleman throws it up at center ice, and Hahn gives chase. Chase there by Hogan. Hogan unable to gather the puck, but it is thrown back to the Tigers' net and controlled there by the Tigers. It's going to be stolen here by Bartolome. Bartolome tries to hit Villarreal, but they cannot connect. Bartolome again with it. Gives it over to Ryder McLeod. McLeod chips it up over to Reckley. Reckley chips it up into the offensive zone where Tracy gives chase. Taken away there by Bartolome. Throws it out in front, but it's stolen there at center ice. Bartolome now with the shot, but it's stolen again by Asher. Asher gets it played up to center ice over to Bartolome. Thomas gives chase there. Thrown in down low by Asher, and Bartolome gives chase behind the net and throws it up to the short wall where it's taken away by the Tigers. Tracy, and the Tigers player threw it out in front of the net, but it's knocked away there. No harm. Reckley tries to gather at the blue line, but cannot gather the puck, and so the Tigers will regroup and go the other way. Tracy chips it up, tries to hit Reckley, but they cannot make connection. Thrown up to center ice, taken away by McLeod. McLeod chips it up. Chip back out. McLeod steals it one more time, taken by Mazzola, but it's being bumped around and knocked around all over that little area. Might want to get some space and spread out a little bit. Both teams are playing stop the puck at that spot, and we will get a penalty here. The Penguins will go on their first power play of the game. 2 minutes to McMurray for cross-checking So a little bit too much of action down there, down low for the Tigers. And the Penguins have an opportunity to tie this game up with 2:06 remaining in the period. They will be on the power play for the remainder of this period unless they score first. Thanks to Alfred Alleman in the parking lot of Farmers Branch Rink watching this live feed. I'd like to give you a shout out, say hello. Ryder McLeod's taking that puck and he works it down low. He's got Mazzola there with him, but he button hooks around, throws it up to the point to May. May works it over to Tracy. Tracy toe drags and gets a good chance in there, but it's taken away there by Tigers and thrown up to the point. May with a rip shot tipped out in front by Mazzola. Mazzola looks over his options. He's down low. Goes behind the net. It's chipped away, but it's taken there by Hogan. Hogan works it up to the point, over to May. May with a pass over to Tracy. Tracy with a rip, and it's shot, and it's saved into the chest of the goaltender. So good puck work, good passing around the zone there on the power play for the Penguins. Tracy, Hogan, and Mazzola are your forwards. Ryder, McLeod, and Everett May on defense. That one's won there by Tracy. Over to May. May gives to McLeod. McLeod gets a rip shot saved out in front, and it's sitting out in front, but the return chance was steered away. That was Mazzola there, had an opportunity on the rebound, but unable to put it past the goaltender. And so we will do it again from the other side. Face-off one over there to the Penguins. McLeod now with it. Looks over his options. Passes over to Tracy. Tracy can't control that pass. And it's tried to clear it up, but it's not out. It's given over to Hogan. Hogan gives it to Tracy. Tracy gives it to May at the point. May, rip shot, tip. And sitting out front. Shot scored! Ryder McLeod put the puck in off the rebound. And the Penguins have tied the game at 1. 1:02 remaining in the period, and that was scored with 57 seconds remaining in the power play. So Ryder McLeod, I believe it will be Michael Tracy and Everett May on the assists. We'll have to check the score sheets for that one, but that's kind of how it looked like it went on that one. Gavin Robbins, Sadevon, and Cruz Mazzola here switch out on the forwards. Randalls and Dash are your defense steered down low into the offensive zone by the Penguins. Taken in offside there was Sadevon. Face-off won and controlled there by the Penguins. Gavin Robbins gathers it and takes it in onside. Tries to drop it to Sadevon, but he was a little bit too close. Dash works it down low, but it's stolen away there by the Tigers, and the Tigers will come out. Penguins have numbers back, though, and so it's dropped back down low. The Tigers try to play it, but Randalls gathers it behind the net, and it's taken there by Dash and then given back to Randalls. Randalls gives it to Mazzola. Mazzola loses it, and so there's a little bit of a shot. And there's a low-angle shot from the end line, and it is cleared. 20 seconds remaining in the penalty. 10 seconds remaining in the period. And it is kept in the offensive zone. Now eventually cleared out there by the Penguins. 5, 4, 2, and 1. And the period will end. Oh, and there's a bad shot. You don't want to be doing that. That's going to get a little bit of a talking to by the referee. You don't want to take a shot after the whistle blows. Give it a couple of years, that guy might get a little bit of a fist in his face for doing something like that. But after one period of play, your score, Penguins 1, Tigers 1. And we return to play here, and the Penguins are the first on offense. They work it down low. Lucian Deering. Oh, and there's a good chance. Travis Hogan, and we will have a penalty immediately after the start of the second period. It's going to be 2 minutes to Deering. Deering is going to go off here. So a bit of a bad penalty again for roughing to Deering. 10 seconds into the period. And not a good penalty to take because the Penguins had the offense down into the offensive zone, and you don't want to take a penalty there for something behind the play like that. Michael Young asking what happened on that. It looked like Deering was pulled down from behind, but he is the one that's going to get the penalty. And so we will reset, and the Penguins will be on the penalty kill. It's played up there to Frisky by Tyson, but able to play away from that was Everett May. And so that's dumped down low. Alleman will give chase. Alleman tries to throw it up, but can't clear it. It's taken away there by McMurray. McMurray gives it over to number 7, Brownfield, and that's a shot, but it was knocked out in front, so nothing on net. Tyson now with it, has an open shot, and shoots, and it's knocked away there by Peters. It goes over to the other side. Now we're over to Brownfield. Brownfield's got a rip shot, and there's a lot of room there, letting that guy skate right in, and there's a cross shot, and it's put in to the back of the net. Bad defensive breakdown. No one was playing their positions. There was so much ice, open ice there. Really nothing the goaltender could do on that one. Just too much offense and too much chasing there by the Penguins defenders. And so the Penguins will go down once again by 1. It is now 2-1 for the Tigers. Well, you really don't like to see that kind of effort in play. It was honestly just a complete breakdown there on the defense. Hopefully, Ryder McLeod now with it, skating up with some speed, can help put the Penguins back on top. Tracy and Thomas kind of clear themselves both out, and that's up and out. Taken out by Brown. Taken away there by Reckley. Oh, and a cross check. Yeah, they got it. It's going to be a good call there for cross checking against the Tigers. So the Penguins will go on the power play here with an opportunity once again to tie up this game at 2. Couldn't see the name, but the number is 4 and the minutes is 2. So the Penguins will be on the power play for the next 2 minutes. I can see Carell and Asher for the Tigers. They've also got Polks there on the penalty kill. Tigers have Gavin Robbins along with Reckley and Thomas are your forwards, along with Dash and Randall's on defense. Reckley now with it. Works it back down low, but it's blocked away there by Hahn. Reckley tries to throw it up, and it's given to Randalls there at the point, who tries to back down to Reckley, but he can't control that pass. Steered behind the net, stolen away by Reckley. He's going to look for options out in front, and he tries to hit Thomas, but Thomas was covered, and so that's going to go the other way by Polks. Polks plays it down low, and the Penguins will give chase. Randall's with it, plays it up, and that's not a very good play there. 2 Tigers were sitting there waiting for that pass, and so it's taken away and put in the center of the defensive zone. Randall's here now. Plays it over to Thomas. A little bit too far, but Thomas is able to get the puck back, but loses it to Frisky. But Frisky turns it over to Robbins. Robbins does a good job at the blue line of stick handling, gets it in. There's a little bit of a shot high up, and the goaltender doesn't know where it is, and it's back behind the net. It went behind the entire net, not even in the crease there. 40 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Charlie Thomas there on the half wall. He's got Reckley there giving him some support. And after that 50-50 battle, the Penguins will take it. Tigers had it momentarily, but that is taken away there at the blue line by the Penguins. Changes here on the power play unit for the Penguins. Frisky tries to play it over and does. And there's a shot on net. 10 seconds remaining in the power play. And the Penguins are playing in the wrong side of the ice. It goes over to Tyson, now to Brownfield. Brownfield's got it. He throws it out in front, but it is taken away by Dash, and the Tigers have successfully killed off this power play. Dash plays it over to Tracy. Tracy with it. Throws it up to the point, and it is not able to be kept in there by Brownfield. Brownfield gives chase. Hogan's going to forecheck. Hogan does a good job at taking it away. Throws it up to Mazzola. Mazzola gives over to Alleman. Alleman gives it back to Mazzola. Mazzola works it down and gets pushed, but gets the puck over to Tracy. Tracy does not play the puck, but he instead gives the shot over there to Brownfield. And the Penguins take the puck away, and it's over to Mazzola. Mazzola gives it to Tracy, but he is covered and can't get his stick on that one. And it comes up by Shapiro and out to Frisky. Frisky plays it in the zone, onside. Taken that down there by Hogan. Now Alleman with it, loses it at center ice over to Tyson. Tyson plays it. He whiffs on that chance, and so here we go, 2-on-1 and offside. There are the Penguins. Just only by a step or so. Tracy and Thomas there had an opportunity to go 2-on-1, but Thomas was a little bit too anxious there to get into the zone, and so he was whistled for offside. Shots on goal for the game, 14 for the Tigers, 8 for the Penguins. And, of course, where it really matters on the scoreboard is the 2-1 number. And, once again, the Tigers lead that in that respect as well. Played there at center ice and eventually into the offensive zone for the Penguins. Knocked there by Deering. And Asher tries to skate it out, but it's taken away by Thomas. Thomas has got room. Call. Villarreal tries to play the puck, and it comes out to Anderson. Anderson works it out at center ice. And he comes in the offensive zone, and there's a shot wide. Taken there by Robbins. Robbins plays it up over to Deering. Deering is able to get in the zone, and he's got McLeod wide open. McLeod with a shot, and it's saved there by Eldridge. He had an opportunity to put one in, and there's Frisky skating with some speed. They cleared all the way, and the Penguins were changing. And so a really good shot on net there by the Tigers. Really good breakaway opportunity there. Puck comes out over to Mazzola. Mazzola skates it up and chips it down low and chases his own shot. Played around, taken over by Mazzola. Mazzola gives it to Robbins. Robbins chips it up, gives it back to Mazzola. Mazzola is unable to control it back behind the net, but it's taken away by Sadevan. Sadevan plays it to Mazzola. Mazzola gives it to Robbins, and it's put up and out and tries to knock it in a few times there is Gavin Robbins, and eventually steered out by the Tigers. That's Frost, and he is offside there. Nine minutes even remaining in the second period. Penguins down by a score of 2-1. It's going to be Carell and Polks along with Frisky here for the Tigers. For the Penguins, it is Tracy, Reckley, and Thomas. Hahn plays it over there to Polks, and Polks away by Tracy. And that's given away to Reckley. Reckley loses the puck, and there's a little bit of a shot, not much of one there. And so that's covered up there by Peters. 8:43 remaining in the second period. Changes here on defense for the Tigers. It's going to be Brownfield and Tyson. Tracy wins that back over to Randalls. Randalls turns it around and gets it over to Charlie Thomas. Thomas has Reckley there at center ice, but is offside there at the blue line. A little bit too far there for the opportunity for the Penguins. Face-off one back there by Tracy over to Randalls. Randalls gives chase in his defensive zone. Tries to hit Dash, but cannot do so. But Dash goes and picks up the pass. Throws it up to Reckley. Reckley and Tracy here have a 2-on-1 if they can get it. Tracy gets past and knocked down, interfered there with, illegally so. And so no shot on net there for Michael Tracy. behind the net. That thing's popped up and no one is there. We're going to have a penalty going to the Tigers with 8:05 remaining in the period. So the Penguins once again have an opportunity. It's going to be Brownfield, I believe, going. They pointed at Brownfield, but it looks like it's actually going to be Frisky going off here for roughing. So another opportunity for the Penguins to knot this score up at 2 with 8:05 remaining in the second period. Face-off won there by Tracy. Over to May. May gathers it. He gets a low shot, chipped up there by Eldridge. Taken there by Mazzola. Mazzola tries to play it up to Tracy, but it was a little bit off the end of his stick, and so he loses it, and that is cleared all the way down the ice by the Tigers. And we will do it again down in the offensive zone. Penguins just need a little bit of pep in their step, kind of going through the motions and gliding just a little bit. Really would like to see a little bit of an attacking attitude. A couple players are doing it, but you'd like to see the rest of the team kind of step it up as well. May with a rip shot that goes wide and tries to wrap around chance, but it's knocked away. But McLeod gathers it. McLeod works up the blue line and gives over to May. May at the center shot, and it's gloved there by Eldridge. And the whistle blows. 1:29 remaining in the man advantage. 7:33 remaining in the period. Same 5 players will remain on the ice for the Penguins. Tigers change their defenseman. Played over there to Mazzola. Mazzola works it back over to McLeod. McLeod tries to get it to gets it to Tracy. Tried to hit May, but missed on it. But May gets a shot. That's tipped by Hogan. Hogan shot scored. Cruz Mazzola took the rebound from Travis Hogan. Hogan did a wonderful job of knocking that shot from Everett May out of the air. It bounced off of Eldridge, and Cruz Mazzola was there to knock it in. It's going to be number 24 on the goal, coming from 47-3. At 7:18 remaining in the period, Penguins making the power play work for them today. 2 goals on the power play for the Penguins. Tracy, Reckley, and Thomas here are your forwards for the Penguins. That one's taken away there by the Tigers. One back by the Penguins have taken away by the Tigers. Wrapped around over to Phillips. Phillips works it over to Polks. Oh, and a big hit there by Michael Tracy. Coming up and hitting high. Oh, and that puck's sitting out in the middle of the zone, right between the hashes. That's Polks with it. Polks gives it over to 17, and that is going to go for a whistle. Stopped there by Peters at the side of the net. We're going to have to get a number on that freight train, and the name is Michael Tracy. BNSF Tracy Railway knocking out one of the Tigers players. Face-off kept in there at the blue line by the Tigers. Bartolome gives chase. And it is worked up and controlled by the Tigers over to the point. That's Phillips. Phillips with a rip, and it's saved out in front of the net by Peters. I don't believe that was on net, but we'll see if they'll give him a shot on net and a save for that one. Face-off behind the net, taken by the Tigers, but turned over there, given over to Robbins. Robbins has an escape, but didn't see it. And so work behind the net, throws out in front by the Tigers, but it's taken away there by Sadevon, and he's going to go the other way with it. He's got Robbins and Mazzola, and that's offside. Yep, they went a little bit too far on that one. I don't think Robbins knew quite where the puck was, otherwise he would have stopped or skated down the line and allowed that one to go in onside. And so we will come out for a face-off. It's going to be Robbins, Mazzola, and Sadevon, along with Randalls and Kitiashi. There's a pass out in front, but no one could get on that one. There's a shot and a tip, and it's saved there by Peters. Tigers getting their shots on now. Penguins need to do a really good job of making sure they clear that middle of that zone out. That seems to be where they're wanting to go. They're trying to get it coming out wide and then getting someone right down the middle of the lane for the shot. And so that's going to be the offense for the Tigers. McMurray against Tracy here on the faceoff, and McMurray wins it back. High stick and waved off there, played by the Penguins. Asher now with it. Asher gets a rip shot, and that's saved out in front and stopped there by Peters. Oh, and that's not going to be good. Goalie had the puck covered, and they chopped at the glove. And a little bit after the fact action, and they are going to send the Tigers off for unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to be McMurray for whacking the glove hand of Peters. Oh, they're going to call a slash. Yep, that's a good call. The whistle had definitely blown, and the puck was covered. Came in there with his stick and tried to slash the puck out of the glove. That's going to get you the bench every single time. And so a golden opportunity here for the Penguins to take their first lead of this game with 5:41 remaining in the period. They will be on the man advantage, which has been the key for them so far in this game. Both goals being scored in that manner on the man advantage. Tries to go a long stretch pass there directly, but it's taken away there by Van Brunt. And the Penguins gather in their zone, given over to Randalls. Randalls plays it behind his net and gives it over to Thomas. Thomas at center ice plays it directly a little bit too far, but they're going to say it's chipped, so no icing. Oh, they are going to blow icing. Oh, no, we're going to have another power play. There's going to be a 5-on-3 here. I didn't realize that they had a penalty behind the play. And so number 26, that's Nathan Foote, going to go off for roughing behind the play. And so for 121, the Penguins will have a 5-on-3 advantage with 5:06 remaining in the period. It's going to be Tracy, Mazzola, and Hogan here are your forwards, along with May and McLeod on defense. Thrown out of the faceoff circle, so it's going to be Tracy versus Brownfield. Defenseman against the centerman, and the centerman wins it. May gathers it, throws it over to McLeod. McLeod able to walk down low, gets it back to May. May winds up, rip, shot, blocked away there by Eldridge. Over to McLeod. McLeod looking for Tracy. Tracy chips it up, and that puck goes out once again out of the net. So a little bit too hot to handle on that chance. 4:52 remaining in the period. 107 on the first penalty, 147 on the second. And we will keep the same forward line and the same defenseman out there for Michael Young's group. And that's one there by Tracy over to Mazzola. Mazzola works it down low. Tries to get it to Tracy. Tracy, oh, he cannot control that puck. It was in his skates, and he wasn't able to stick handle it back over and to get a shot off. Over to McLeod. Now to May. May winds up. Shot tipped down front. Shot scored! Cruz Mazzola with his second goal and his second on the power play. Mazzola from May and McLeod once again. And the Penguins take a 3-2 lead. And the best news of the day might be that was scored on the first of the two power plays, so the Penguins will stay on the man advantage for 128. And we will see if they can up their lead and get a little bit of a cushion here. Charlie Thomas, Sadevon, and Reckley are your forwards now for the Penguins. Work down low, taken there by the Tigers. Tried to chip it out in front, but it's saved by Peters, and we will have a stoppage in play. Forward changes here for the Tigers and the Penguins. It's going to be Tracy Mazzola and Hogan. That faceoff is won back by the Tigers, but it was blocked out in front, and so it comes out of the zone. Given there to Lou, and Lou gets crunched there by Michael Tracy. Anderson with it. Anderson loses it at the blue line over to McLeod. McLeod takes it away, gets it to Mazzola. Mazzola gets it to Tracy, who works it down into the offensive zone. 52 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Mazzola takes a little bit of a shoulder there, but he's able to stay on his feet. 2 Penguins go down, and the puck comes out, and there's a shot scored! Wrapped around the net, and Cruz Mazzola with a hat trick goal wraps around, and the Penguins take a 4-2 lead on the power play. Well, we talked a little bit about what the strategy was going to be for the Tigers. They were going to try to get into the middle of the zone. The strategy for the Penguins needs to be get more power plays. Scored all 4 of their goals on the man advantage today, and that unit really seems to be working, especially the line with Cruz Mazzola. Have yourself a day. 3 goals already with 3:46 remaining in the second period. And so the Tigers call a timeout here. They're going to try to regroup just a little bit. Too much action from the Penguins, and it looks like Eldridge is going to be pulled here in favor of Laviera. So we're going to have a goaltender change, I believe. It looks like Laviera is about to come out. Interesting to kind of talk about the scouting and the team makeup for the different units. It looks like the strategy for the Tigers when they put this team together was to get the biggest goaltenders they possibly could. Laviera looks like he goes about 6 foot and 120 pounds, very large. Eldridge himself also about 5'10 and 140, 2 large goaltenders. And so we will have a face-off here with the Penguins leading by a score of 4-2 with 3:46 remaining in the second period. And for some reason, we have Gavin Robbins playing defense. I'm not sure if he was supposed to come out, but he's going to be playing defense, and that's Lucian Deering there with it. Tries to throw it over to Villarreal. Villarreal can't control that. Given over to Deering, and it comes out, taken by McLeod. McLeod plays it over to Villarreal. Villarreal throws it across over to Tracy. Tracy toe drags, gives it over to Bartolome. Bartolome at the point. Tracy gathered by the Penguins. The defense has decided to wake up, and they're playing a good job here. They're on every puck carrier, and they're getting in every passing lane. Taken there by McLeod. He's going to come back around and throw it over to Tracy. Tracy looks up, and he tries to hit a streaking Deering, but that one was stolen there by the Tigers. Bumped there, Bartolome there, knocks the puck carrier off, and Tracy tries to throw it around, but he misplayed that puck, so it's taken away there by the Tigers. Another little bit of a hit there. Now McLeod with it, loses it over to Asher. Asher throws it out in front. There's a shot, and it was tipped out in front, but knocked away there by Peters. Up to the point and thrown down low. Bartolome steals that one. They were trying to work it low, but Bartolome got in the way of that one. Chipped up and into the zone by Villarreal, and we will have 5 players coming on to the ice for the Penguins. Oh, Villarreal took a spill at the bench. Going in, looks like he slipped going on to the bench. Hope he's all right. Icing was waved off there. There's a wraparound chance by Frisky. Frisky, and there's a pass, and it's out in front, and it is saved. Oh, no goal, but Peters is down. I think he got stung up under the mask. I think that shot came up underneath his mask, and he got a bit of a bruise on his chin. We'll see if he's okay. So really good desperation goaltending there. I think he was out, and he just kind of threw a piece of his body out in front to knock that puck away, sacrificed his face, and was able to keep it out of the net. So the Penguins will remain up by a score of 4-2. Face-off won there by the Penguins and controlled. It is going to be thrown up but not out, kept in there by Brownfield. But given away there was Lucian Deering. Deering gives it over to Randalls. Randalls works it down low, a little wide shot. Now Villarreal with it, tries to get it up to the point to Dash, and Dash is able to take it away, but cannot keep it in. He gives it over to Randalls. Randalls throws it up and goes back down. 1:14 remaining in the period. Randalls tries to get it to Deering, and it's going behind the net. It's going to be chased there by Hogan, and Hogan's able to get it to Sadevon momentarily, but eventually it will come out for the Tigers. Fields cannot play that puck. That pass was a little bit too hot, and it goes back down, and we will have a stoppage in play for an icing. Face-off won there by the Tigers, and a shot was saved. Rebound was steered away by the Penguins. 50-50 battle eventually comes out, but it is frozen there under one of the Tigers players. And the Penguins take it out, and that is Sadevon with it. He's going to stick handle at center ice, and he is onside. 25 seconds, going to have to get set up and hurry up to get a shot. Now Sadevon works it back over to Randalls. Randalls gives it to Dash. Dash tries to throw it, and it's knocked there by Foot and almost was off to the races going the other way. Luckily, was unable to control that, and the Penguins asking for a cross check against Keedy Ashe. Keedy Ashe was absolutely blown up right in front of the bench, but no call there. 3-2-1, and for good measure, McLeod gives a nice check there to Van Brunt. So a little bit of retribution there for the no call against Keedy Ashe. Came back and gave it in equal spades to Van Brunt. And so after 2 periods of play, the Penguins lead by a score of 4-2. And as we return to action in the third period, we will have Reckley Thomas and Tracy as your forwards, along with Bartolome and McLeod. So the defense is getting a little bit of a shakeup. And the goal of this period is definitely going to be maintain for the Tigers, trying to amp themselves up by banging their sticks on the bench. They're trying to get themselves riled up and go score a couple goals to tie this thing up. And the Penguins need to do a good job of maintaining their gap integrity, staying on smart defense and not allowing odd man rushes or allowing open players on the side of the net, because that is going to be the goal of the Tigers. And there's one of those chances there. Polks tries to hit McMurray. That's taken away there by Reckley. Reckley takes a shot there at the bench. And that's steered into the defensive zone, and that's taken away there by McLeod. Good stick work getting in the passing lane there by Ryder. And it's thrown up and controlled there by McLeod. Oh, McLeod hits that blue line, and it trips him up and takes a spill, but it's still controlled there by the Penguins. Bartolome threw it in front of the net and tried to get a rebound shot. That's worked up by McMurray. Tries to go in the middle. He's going to get a shot on the ice and rip pass, shot, score. And it's not scored. Excuse me. It didn't mean scored. And that's going to be waved off. The referee lost sight of it. There was a pass out in front, and the goaltender was sprawling out in front, but he was able to keep that out of the net. Smartly so. So 3 cheers for the goaltending on that opportunity. Face-off won there by the Tigers. And a bump there given by May. And another one given by Deering. And the puck is eventually turned over to Alleman. Alleman grabs it, and he's going to try to hit Villarreal. Villarreal can't control that, and Frisky gets a shot, and it is knocked down there by Peters, and we will have a whistle and a stoppage in play. Have another face-off here. So the Penguins appear to have figured out the strategy for the Tigers, and they're doing a good job of getting in the middle of the ice, taking away all of those passing lanes and all of those shots across the zone, really limiting the opportunity by the Tigers. There's a pass that comes out, and it's dropped down low, gathered there by Alleman. Alleman tries to get it to Villarreal, but he can't control it. It's kept in there by Hahn. Momentarily, Alleman once again now gets it to Deering. Deering chips it up, and that's going to go out. And so that's chased by Asher. Asher is pestered there by Hogan, and Hogan forces the pass to go over to May, and May works it down low, and I believe that's offside. I think Hogan was in the offensive zone when that puck crossed the blue line, and so we will have a stoppage in play. Face-off sitting there at the blue line, taken away by the Penguins, and that's going to be whistled offside. I didn't quite see who was the other player who was in the zone, but they're going to say someone was there. And so we will have a stoppage and another chance here for a face-off. Gavin Robbins with Sadevon and Cruz Mazzola. And that face-off is controlled there by Lou for the Tigers. Lou sweeping out wide. Shot, it's chipped up there. Knocked away by Dash. Dash gets it over to Robbins. Robbins throws it up, and it's going to go into the penalty bench. Tried to chip it up, but there was no glass there, and so it just is going to stay in the scorekeeping area. And we will have a face-off right outside of the defensive zone. Oh, and there's one out in the middle. You don't want it to go there. There's a pass and a shot scored. Face-off was controlled, and it was taken in, and it was a 2-on-1, and the defender really didn't do anything there. He didn't cover the pass. He didn't cover the shot. He just kind of skated in the middle, and that one went up and past the goaltender for the third Tigers goal of the game. So you know where they're going to have to go, and it's up to you, Penguins, to take it away from them. They want to go right down the middle, right between the hashes, and you're going to have to force them outside to take those wide-angle shots and keep them out of your net if you're going to emerge victorious in this game. Thomas works it back down to Bartolome. Bartolome gives it over to McLeod. McLeod has Tracy streaking. He gives it over to Thomas. Thomas has a little bit of a speed. He waits and tries to get help. Thomas is bumped there. Tracy gives him some support, but the Penguins can't control that puck. It goes up and out. Bartolome now gathers it in the zone, and the Tigers will change. Oh, and a bad turnover there. Shot goes up and over. Good save there, and there's another chance, and it is knocked out once again by Peters. So up to the task, number 35 in net. Bad turnover there in the defensive zone. It was a complete breakaway. And I think that was Brownfield that had the opportunity there. Chipped it up, and it went past the net, and then another opportunity there with a sprawling goaltender, but he was able to get the glove on it and knock it away. So the Tigers buzzing a little bit. The Penguins are going to have to squash that out and cool them off a little bit. Brownfield now with it. Shot wide. Hogan unable to chase that down, but a bad pass there, and that's going to come out of the zone over to Brownfield. Forecheck there by Villarreal. Murray takes it, but loses it to Deering. Deering chips it up, but not out. Now Edelman will try. He'll chip it up, and that's again not out. Let's see if Deering can, or let's see if Deering can do it. Excuse me. And it's taken in there by McMurray and lost immediately to May. May gets it to Hogan. Hogan tries to clear it, and he does. Goes to center ice. Now Tyson with a shot. That goes wide. May throws a hip check there. Deering rips it over. Tyson is unable to control that puck, and so it's going to go all the way down the ice into the offensive zone, where Brownfield can gather and collect. Taken away. Good job there by Gavin Robbins. He's got a shot. He takes a low angle one, but that goes wide. Plays it over to Randles. Randles shot, and it is in the skate of Tyson, but he didn't see it, so it's taken away there by Mazzola. Mazzola gives it to May. May gives it back to Mazzola. Mazzola now with it. He has 3 goals, looking for the 4th. Gives it over to Sadeavon. Mazzola gets it out in front. Oh, and it was sitting right there, but no Penguin was able to knock it in. It was out in front of the net, and it comes all the way down to the defensive zone where Sadeavon plays it. Good little toe drag between the legs, but eventually loses it over to Frisky. Frisky coming out wide, tries to toe drag in the middle of the zone. There's a shot that goes wide. Low angle shot, can't keep that on his stick. Played back around. Mazzola's going to go over to try to take it away, but he can't do it. Now May with it. May plays it up, and it's taken away there by the Tigers, but eventually played out of the zone over to Hahn. Robbins now with it behind his own net. He's going to come out with it, and he tries to hit Reckley, and he's got Reckley streaking. Reckley has the puck. He's going to have a shot, and Reckley shoots, and it hits the side of the net. The twine moved, but it was the side of the net. Kept in there nicely by Ryder McLeod over to Thomas. Now McLeod with it, works it down low to Tracy. Tracy's got Reckley out in front if they can hit it. McLeod shot scored! Michael Tracy pops it out to Ryder McLeod. McLeod wraps it down, goes 5-hole on the goaltender, and he is able to put the Penguins back up by 2. Well, that was just a good job of knocking it where the goaltender was, and it went right between Laviera's legs. It wasn't a riser shot, but it was quick, and the goaltender wasn't able to react quick enough, and it goes past him into the net for a 5-3 lead. Face-off one there and controlled by Thomas. Thomas gets it over to Bartolome. Bartolome loses it off his stick to Brown. Brown tries to toe drag past McLeod, but McLeod knocks that away. Now with Mullins. Mullins shoots it wide. Now to Brown. Brown has it behind the net, and he gives it over to Anderson. Anderson, rip shot, tips, and it's off the mask of Peters. Now over to Mullins at the point, and it's tipped away there momentarily by Thomas, but controlled by Mullins, and now eventually thrown out by Bartolome all the way down the ice, but icing waved off. Anderson gathers it, looks and tries to find help. He's got Brown down low, but they can't connect, and that's going to go for icing. A little bit too far for that stretch pass. He was trying to hit foot on the right-hand side of the ice, but a little too far, a little too fast. Face-off one there by the Penguins. Randles gets a rip shot, but that's knocked away there by Laviera. Puck sitting out in front. Gets it over to Villarreal. Villarreal puts it out in front, but it's knocked away there by Brownfield. Tigers throw it up, and Randles takes it away. Goes over to Deering. Deering's got 3 men on him, but he's able to get through it. Deering gets a shot off, blockered away by Laviera. Now Tyson with it. Excuse me, that's Frisky. Frisky's got Lou with him, but it's knocked away there by Everett May. Now played on by Hogan and puts it out in front, knocked out a little bit too high. It went over the net and put it out in front, saved there by Peters. Taken away there by Deering. He's going to go all the way. He's got 2 men on him. He needs some help. Deering's going to stick handle. He gets a little bit of room. He takes a shot, but it goes wide. Excuse me, playing with the clock a little bit here. There we go. Now the puck comes out to the central ice, and it's taken away there by Gavin Robbins. Robbins throws it back down low. Penguins playing a little bit of a defensive game now here with 6:49 remaining in the period. That's going to go for icing. Shots on goal starting to mount for both teams. 29 for the Tigers, 21 for the Penguins. But again, where it really matters, the score is 5-3 in favor of the Penguins. Frisky, Van Brunt, and I believe that's Phillips there for the Tigers, and that faceoff is won there by the Penguins. Hahn gives chase, and Hahn throws it back to Van Brunt. Van Brunt loses it at center ice to Tracy. Tracy throws it in the zone. Thomas gives chase. And it is played up to Frisky, and that's going to be whistled on the offside. So it's a little bit too far. That's Fields was in the zone before the puck was carried in. So Fields, Van Brunt, and Frisky for the Tigers. Bartolome, Reckley, and Thomas, or excuse me, Tracy, Thomas, and Reckley for the Penguins. Bartolome and McLeod on defense. McLeod with it, throws it up to Reckley. And that comes in onside. Reckley gets it back to Thomas. Thomas throws it up. And it is controlled there by the Tigers. It hits Tracy in the chest, and so Tracy will steer it back in. Hahn now with it, gathers it at center ice and takes it in, but it's knocked away by Villarreal, and that's going to go offside. At 6:54 of the third period. Deering, Villarreal, and Hogan come on for the Penguins. And that puck is controlled there by Deering. Deering gets it over to Villarreal. Villarreal gets a wide shot, and it's set out in front, but taken away there by the Tigers. Thrown all the way down. And off for icing. So the same 5 players for the Penguins, same 5 for the Tigers. Deering won that back, but it was controlled there by the Tigers, but kept in there by the Penguins. Dash with it, works it down low, throws it back behind the net. It's taken there by the Tigers, back up to the point, back over to Dash. Dash tries to hit Villarreal, but it's a little bit too far. Hogan gives chase. Hogan gives a bump to that Tigers player. Thrown around the other way. Deering gives a check on the gives an opportunity on the forecheck. There's a shot knocked out in front. Hogan comes away with it. Randalls gives chase. Bump there by Deering. They're going to try to wrap around. Once again, they're trying to go to the middle. You got to force them out wide. Villarreal forces that pass out to Polks. Polks gets it to the middle, and it's taken away there by Hogan. Rip shot off the post, and that went wide. Up top, there's a shot tipped out in front. Penguins are able to knock it away up to the point. Now with Randalls. Randalls throws it all the way down the ice, and I believe that's enough. It's going to go for icing. Yes, they do. So stoppage in play, 4:18 remaining in the game, and we will have a face-off down low. Tigers moving the puck really well down low. They're still trying to get it to the middle of the ice, but the Penguins are doing a really good job of staying on their defense and staying in their lanes, doing their job and not chasing the puck carrier. Sitting there and taken away eventually by Gavin Robbins. Robbins throws it over to Sadevon. Sadevon now with it. Hits Cruz Mazzola there on the faceoff dot. Mazzola takes it in down low, gets past his man, throws it over to Robbins. Robbins chips it up, gets it over to Mazzola, and it's sitting back behind a player that's on his butt behind the net. Eventually it comes up and out to Robbins. Robbins turns around the other way and loses the puck over there to the Tigers. Thrown up to Nathan Foote. Foote gives it over to Shapiro, but Shapiro loses it over to Robbins. Robbins throws it to Alleman. Alleman gets it up to Sadevon, and that one's kept in there momentarily by Brownfield and controlled there by Nathan Foote. Foote plays it back to Shapiro. Shapiro works it back behind the net. Shapiro, once again, he gets checked there by Everett May, and May comes out with the puck. And May's going to be off to the races here. Everett May sweeps out wide, comes around, hooks around, looks over his options, throws it back down low. It's gotten there by Mazzola. Mazzola takes a check there by Brownfield. Penguins take it up. And bodied off there was McMurray there by Everett May. Oh, what a big hit by Michael Tracy, the little man throwing his weight around. There's a pass down low. Shapiro interferes a little bit there, no call. Sadevon tries to throw it up past Brownfield, but Brownfield keeps it in. Big hit by Tracy again, throws his weight. There's a shot that's off the side of the net and controlled there by the goaltender. Oh, and there's a little bit of a push and shove. Peters and McMurray getting into it a little bit. I think McMurray kneed Tracy, who was down on his knees in the back, and Peters wasn't having any of that, defending his centerman. Usually it goes the other way. It's the forwards and defensemen defending the goaltender, but this time it was the goaltender defending the forward. Face-off won there by Tracy and controlled by McLeod. McLeod gets it over to Reckley. Reckley's going to skate it out. He's got Thomas going fast down the middle of the ice, but he decides to dump it down low, and Thomas gives chase. Comes out by the Tigers and controlled there over to Lou. Lou has it at center ice, but it's taken away by McLeod. McLeod pulls around, plays it over to Thomas. Thomas has it at center ice and works it into the offensive zone. Takes a bump there by Frisk. Excuse me, that's Frosk. There's a Frisky and a Frosk. 2 minutes remaining in the game. Bartolome with it. He gets it over to Tracy. Tracy throws it up, and it's not going to go quite far enough. Played there by Laviera. Laviera gives it over to Hahn. Hahn looks over his option, throws it across the ice, tries to hit the man in the center, but it's taken away by Kidiashi. Kidiashi loses it immediately there, and it's played back over to Frosk. Frost loses it to Deering. Deering gets Anderson to fall down, and so it's a 2-on-1, a 3-on-1. Villarreal, Hogan, and Deering. Deering gets a shot, and it's saved there by Laviera. Good job there by the goaltender, taking away that shot. 1:21 remaining in the game. Penguins lead by a score of 5-3. Probably will get Laviera coming off the ice momentarily as soon as they are able to control the puck outside of the zone, but the Penguins making sure they can't do that. Hogan now with it, gets it over to Deering. Now Deering loses it in the middle of the ice, and so it comes the other way over to Polks. Polks now with it. Toe drags past Dash, and there's a shot, but it's saved. And another shot sitting out in front, and it is controlled by the goaltender. Couple of chances. If they could have gotten good wood, they had Peters down and out, but they were unable to get anything on those shots. And so Peters, lying out, making himself look big in net, is able to knock that one away. So far, he's faced 32 shots and stopped 29 of them. So a pretty good goaltending performance here today. Really good defensive work done by the Penguins as well. Face-off won there by the Tigers, but it is in a scrum and taken away there by the Tigers, but it is given away to Alleman. Alleman gets that shot up, and it comes out. Kept in there by Mullins. Mullins throws it down low, and it's in the center of the ice, just right where the Tigers want to go. There's a pass out in front. It's sitting out, and Sadeavon knocks it away. It was sitting out, but Sadeavon did a good job, and we do have the empty net. Laviera has gone off, so the extra attacker for the Tigers. Chipped up by Sadeavon, and it's in the middle. There's a shot. Goes too high. Back behind the net. 30 seconds remaining in the game. Mazzola now on it. He's got Carell. Works it down back behind the net. They're going to try to pop it out. Here's a wrap chance. It comes out to Mullins. Mullins at the point. Mullins drops it down low. 15 seconds remaining. McMurray now with it. Gives it over to... Oh, and there's a tip shot. And no goal. They're going to wave it off, say it was high sticking. So the puck goes past Peters, but the shot is going to be waved off for a high sticking call. Hit a little bit too high, and I think that was a good call. It did look like he had his stick up in the air, and it is not going to be a goal. So 8 seconds remaining in the game, and the faceoff will come all the way down the ice. And so Laviera will have to come back in the net, and I believe that's going to be enough for the Penguins to claim victory today over the Texas Tigers by a score of 5-3. So the Penguins apparently have the Tigers number. They're a very good team, and they have a lot of really good talented players. But the Penguins seem to have their number, and they celebrate on Farmers Branch ice. And there's a little bit of after game. It's going to be Mazzola and May going after one of the players. I think that's McMullins. And now everyone's going to get involved in it. We're going to have to see what happens here. It looked like Anderson and they're all talking to each other. And we will see what comes of this, but where it really matters is on the final scoreboard. Once again, the Tigers fall to the Penguins, and this time by a score of 5-3. We'd like to thank you again for your attendance and viewing of Dallas Penguins hockey. We appreciate you watching this feed, and we hope to see you next time for our game tomorrow morning. It's going to be 8 a.m. against the Dallas Stars Elite Girls live from Valley Ranch. So for